Hello, everybody. Happy, what's today? Look, hump day. It blurs together working from home and quarantine and not having that usual schedule, right? Well, today I wanted to share with everyone Psalm 27. I'm going to read Psalm 27, just verses 13 and 14 today. I'm reading from the King James Version, and it reads, I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Verse 14 reads, Wait on the Lord, be of a good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. So in verse 14, it talks about waiting on the Lord twice. And even before that, in verse 13, it talks about fainting. Had I believed to see the goodness of God in the land of the living. So this isn't talking about seeing the goodness of the Lord when I get to heaven. This is talking about seeing it here and now in my life, right? And I know that there's a lot of times in life where there's different things we face. Sometimes it's us, sometimes it's just things that come against us, right? Whether it be through people, whether it through be situations, circumstance, whatever the case may be, God's with you. And it keeps saying here, it says it twice in the one verse to wait on the Lord. But when it talks about fainting, you think about how the word talks about, not to grow weary. Because when you're faint, what happens? Have you ever fainted before? I've had times where it's like your blood sugar is low, all kinds of stuff happens, and you just like, oh, and collapse, right? Well, fainting is because you're weak. But it's not saying there's nothing you can do about that. God talks about how he will renew your strength. This verse even talks about he will strengthen your heart. And I think about when I see heart there, how it talks about, unrelenting disappointment makes the heart sick. I've experienced that through a number of situations. And I think too, just because I can have these grand plans and expectations. And did I check with God on that first? Like, okay, yikes. But long story short, having that constant disappointment after disappointment, that's like a dagger to the heart. The way it's wording it can cause the heart to be sick. If the heart's sick, then it's not going to function properly, right? So if that's the case, how can I fix it? The verse tells us, it just says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. So I can't fix that myself. God promises to help me. There are situations in life where we have to do things that God's called us to do while he works it out. But then there's also situations where, hey, I just need you to wait on me. And as you wait on me, there's things he's telling you to do while you wait. You're not just waiting idle. But while you work out and walk out what he's told you to do, God's working that situation out behind the scenes, things you can't even see. He's setting it up for something greater. Because it talks about in Romans 8, right? It talks about how all things work together for the goodness of them the good of them that love God, right? He's gonna turn it. Whether it was something that he saw coming and he worked it out, whether it was something you made a mistake on and it's like, man, I messed up. He's gonna flip it. He's gonna use all things for your good when he gets done. The part in between is the struggle, right? So don't faint today. Don't feel like, man, God's not with me. Oh my goodness, I can't take anymore. There are definitely those days, but you can't stay there. You gotta shake it off. You gotta keep going. Why? Because God is working through you. You're a light where you are called to be. You're a light unto those people that are sick and hurting, don't believe in God. You're a light to someone that's watching you that you don't even know about. So keep going. Allow God to work it out while you walk it out. That's the word today.